So, to clear the confusion as to where to start with the Souls-like series, because a lot of people don't know where to start. Of course, I understand it, because we have done a few refactors already. So, if you go onto my site, you will see that I've actually split the Souls-like into two courses. One is the main Souls-like, where you can start from here. This is the new architecture video, which is on YouTube, is actually Souls-like part 150. Okay, and you can start from here. We'll talk about this in a second. Then the old videos are now into their own category, which is the Souls-like archive, where you will find everything we did from part 1 and up to part 149. This is of course just for your convenience, because you can really just keep all the previous videos and start from here. Now this is indeed from scratch part, so we do create everything from start. You just have to be patient a little bit, because I end up deleting all the previous videos, the previous scripts a little bit afterwards, but you can start from here nonetheless. The only difference that is going to, well, we pretty much cover everything, to be honest, but since everyone was asking for the animator when they were starting from part 150, I'll show you how it looks. Right now we basically have a locomotion state and a sprint state, which is on the base layer, and then on override we have an empty state, and every animation that isn't part of the locomotion will basically transition back to the empty state. Okay, for example, the attack, the start, or whatever is going to transition back to this. Now I do cover that on later parts of the video, even after the refactors. Okay, but yeah, just to eliminate the confusion a little bit more, you can just simply start from part 150. All of the code is explained. We do rewrite every script we have from start. Okay, sometimes we might copy paste a few things, but I do explain them, and we usually end up explaining them. So why did this happen? Why so many refactors all the time and all this stuff? Well, first of all, there's no refactor after this. We do change a few things. For example, over here we create a finite state machine, but I figure we don't really gain that much from the finite state machine, so I basically remove the finite state machine, switch to a single component controller. Okay, there's no other change. Any refactor we did from here is basically just to better or write the code a little bit clear. We never start from scratch anymore. So if you're curious, that's been going about, let's see the date. That's actually the published date, March 8, 2019. This video was published first for patrons way before that. Way before that, like a lot of months before that. So why did I split this? Why am I doing all these many refactors and all this stuff? Well, first of all, you need to know that the first part, or well, the very first part of my Souls-like series was done like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I don't remember. So as you can guess, a lot of things have changed. Unity has changed. We've passed like 6-7 major releases since then. So new tools are available, new ways of doing things, clearer ways of doing things. Of course, I learned a lot and would like to change a few more things. So that's why we're doing refactors. So if I feel like we're going down a rabbit hole, then there's really no point in keep digging. When you are in a hole, there's no way out. So that's why we're doing those refactors. So just to clear it up, just to say it in a few words, the Souls-like archive, anything you see from here, I consider this, apart from this This is just for you so you don't get confused. Everything you see from here, from 1, this is our lesson numbers, by the way, not part numbers. Keep that in mind, don't get confused. So everything you see from here, I consider this the prototyping phase. Everything we were doing was to basically find our way through, find our way how we can do things, how we can, create or try to make a AAA game with just one programmer. Obviously, you can understand a lot of prototyping had to happen. This includes a lot of things that I yet haven't covered on my new series, on the new, from the new refactor and onwards, which includes some multiplayer stuff and, a few other not really interesting things. We are going to cover them eventually, but we're going to a little bit slower than the first part. Okay, so yeah, as I said, all of these are the prototyping phase. If you like to watch them, if you like to see them, you will learn a lot of stuff. That's certain. Okay, will they be useful in the Souls-like? Depends. I don't use most of them. Well, some of them are almost an exact copy paste. If your goal is to learn things, then even starting from part 1, this part 1 would then be, you will learn a lot. Okay, let's see, just out of curiosity, when was the first part released? 2017. We've done a lot of things, somewhat the same, but still pretty differently. There's still a few things we tried. For example, we tried to assign the cinema scene camera, but then eventually we created our own camera because it was a lot of trouble to fix it. Okay, this isn't of course a refactor. This is just us creating new things and fixing problems. So again, Souls-like Archive, everything you see over there, it's the prototype phase. Watch it at your own pace. Watch it if you like. You don't have to watch it to start with this series at all. Okay. We still want to make this a game after all. So if there's any problems and if something is not working, I'm still going to delete it and create it. But so far, we are at the best place we can be with this project. Our setup is pretty clean, especially at the very end of, the very last part. I'm still creating a lot more. And as you can see, we are actually creating projects or creating and fixing bugs or adding features at the production level at this point, not at the prototype phase. So Souls-like Archive, prototyping phase, let's make that clear. Souls-like, the normal series, is, let's say, the production phase. At some point in the future, in the probably near future, I'm actually going to release a playable build as well, so you can try it just to have fun. There's still a few things that we do miss. Of course, assets and animations is a big thing, but we have a lot of things that we have a lot of things stored for that, which, I'm not going to spoil the surprise. You're going to see them. So that's it. I hope you're having fun watching this series. I know it's a little bit of a big series. There is a lot of things to cover, but you can understand, of course, that this isn't your average tutorial and this isn't your average game. This is about creating a game that was made by teams of programmers and just doing our own twist and our own version. And pretty much at the end, if you want to learn, then you will learn with anything we see over here. You're going to get some amazing skills that can land you a job pretty much anywhere, either that is for freelancing or other companies, it doesn't matter. So that's it. Have fun.